Did you know the Lake of the Ozarks has the second largest trap shooting facility in the country? Yep, it's true, and there's a big annual event coming later this month. So Jesse and I went to check it out and use it as our backdrop for this month's market update. But first, about the trap shooting facility and event. We have got a very unique location today. Didn't see this one coming.
Why not? You're local here now. You got to know about stuff like this.
Yes, you're right. And we're here for a reason. And you might notice we have a guest here. Shane, thanks for being here, brother. So we've got an event coming up at the end-ish of September, which is a shootout event.
Yes, sir.
Everybody assumes the shootout is boat racing only. Tell us what's going on here.
Man, we do a lot of boat racing. We do a lot of other charitable events for the community. I'm pretty happy to announce this is our 4th annual shootout for the shootout. This year we labeled it the Steve Brink Memorial Shoot because he's always been our sponsor for our sporting clay and trap shoot out here at the Missouri Trapshooters Association. So we're pretty excited. It's coming up on September 21st. We're gonna have 2 flights, a 9 o'clock in the morning and a 1 o'clock in the afternoon flight. So if you're a morning or afternoon person, we can fit you and get a good time for you. So we're gonna shoot sporting clays and both trap. You can shoot either game or both, whichever you prefer on discipline. We're just really excited to be out here today and talk a little bit about that event. And I appreciate you guys having me here today.
Certainly. So why don't you describe where we are?
So we're at the Missouri Trapshooters Association, which is out in Lynn Creek off of A Highway. You know, like I said, here in Lynn Creek. This is the 2nd largest trap shooting facility in the United States. And we partnered up, like I said, 4 years ago and started our first charity event for the shootout. You know, we always have volunteers like we do for every other event that come out, help support us. They do scorekeeping, they help registration, they'll help set up my tents and my banners and everything else. And they do such a great job. And we're just so happy to raise some extra money and help give back to them for their volunteer time.
This is kind of an underrated location, and it's just past one of the most underrated butcher shops at the lake.
Absolutely.
Three Brothers.
Yep.
Used to be Tom's Slaughterhouse.
Yep.
Which, if you have not been there, you should go check that out. But let's talk about the specifics here, because I don't know anything about this. And for the record, shot at 4, hit 2.
Yeah.
50% is pretty good for a novice.
That's why you brought me out for a sharpshooter. There you go.
And you know what? We didn't even video me doing it, so you guys are just gonna have to watch everybody else. But there's different. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, you called it a rabbit, but it's a clay rolling across the ground. I mean, describe what all this is out here.
You know, with sporting clays, there's a lot of different, skill shots involved. It really started out as different hunting emulations, so you could walk from course to course. For you golfers out there, think of it much like an 18-hole of golf, right? So we have 12 different stations. You'll go from station to station, and you'll see different targets and different presentations at each station. Some roll on the ground, most fly through the air, some are coming at you, some are going away, some are high in the air, some are fast, some are slow, just a lot of different presentations. And other courses even have them rolling on tracks through the trees, and they call them squirrels. So I mean, there's just a lot of different opportunities out there to shoot different shots, and it's really a social game. It's a lot of fun because you get to come out here, you get to rib your friends, have some fun. And Jess and I have shot together before. We've hunted together before.
Sporting clays is the funnest thing I did with a shotgun, I would have to say.
Absolutely.
And man, different scenarios back in the woods. You're shooting over the pond, it coming in at you. I mean, for us to be able to have this in our backyard at Lake of the Ozarks, it's amazing. I love coming out here with my son. It's a great way to spend a couple hours on a weekend with him.
100%.
You said 2nd largest?
It's the 2nd largest trap facility in the United States. Wow. And then about 4 to 5 years ago is when they added and got some grants to build the sporting clay course out here. And so it's just been kind of growing and evolving ever since. I remember it started as about 6 courses, and now they're up to, or 6 stations, and now they're up to about 12. So they keep growing it, and I think as long as we can continue to support it and keep coming out here for them, they're going to keep building it up for everyone. So it's a good place.
If it's the 2nd largest in the United States, I'd have to assume it's the largest in Missouri.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, right here in our backyard.
Yeah.
Something interesting I heard about the shootout was it's the 5th largest event in Missouri.
Possibly bigger, actually.
I would think that, if not, I mean, the amount of people and the economic impact that the shootout has to this community in the Tri-County area is it's amazing. You know,
that's awesome to have right here at Lake of the Ozarks.
Well, and that's the crazy thing is that, again, all we talk about is lake and boating, and that's what gets all of the publicity, but yet then you have little gems like this just hidden out here.
There's more to us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And now if somebody just wanted to come out here, you mentioned, so the event is on the 21st, 9 a.m., 1 p.m. Come out. Any skill level?
any skill level, from novices, first-time shooters, the star hunters, to your expert shooters. We'll take anybody. Really, it's about community and fellowship, and we do a good job of having a great time, and we would love you to come out and support us.
And all this money is going to the 46-ish charities that support the shootout.
That is 100% correct. It goes into the general population or the general fund and gets divided out by the number of hours. That is correct.
So for me, unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town for this. Is there a way for me to, much like a golf tournament, can I sponsor a shooting station?
Yeah, you can. I've got sponsorship opportunities. I look at that a little different, being a small business person myself in town. I try to keep things, cheaper and more reasonable. And I've always had good luck putting a lot of business names out here at my shooting stations. I do a $250 banner sponsor, and that seems to be a pretty affordable thing for most people to be able to do. I'm not asking for several $1,000s, and I can still get some representation. We'll get a little bit of love for those businesses on the Shootouts Facebook page that has just a ton of following. So yes, so we have definitely ways to donate or sponsor prizes, or just put, like I said, we can do a banner out here at the shoot. So
cool.
Yeah,
Sign
absolutely.
me up.
Perfect.
So September 21st, that's a Sunday, again, 9 a.m., 1 p.m. Come out to the event. Shane will be here. I'll probably be here, except probably with cameras rather than guns. And
you're shooting one way or another.
I'm shooting one way or another. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, Shane, we appreciate you joining us.
I
Man.
appreciate
Thanks
you.
for
Thank you
having
so
us
much,
out
Jesse. I appreciate you having me on today.
here. All right. So the whole purpose of today is the end of summer. Market update.
No, the best boating months
True.
are upon us.
That is true, but it is the unofficial end of summer. Just happened on Labor Day.
Yeah, I choose not to participate in that.
Which actually was a crappy weekend.
Yeah, a little cool.
Weather-wise.
Yeah, well, it didn't rain. It's supposed to rain. We could really use some rain.
Yes, you're right. Actually, I was just seeing some chatter this morning about how the lake, people are saying, why are they lowering the lake? And they're like, they're not. We just haven't gotten any rain.
Had any water.
Yeah, so August has come and gone. Sad month for, probably 75% of the lake, which is second homeowners, because it's pretty much over for them.
Yeah, I mean, for you might think summer is over, but we still get some 90-degree days in October. Mecca Farms gears up in October for their Oktoberfest, all the stuff out there on weekends. So there's still lots going on.
That's right. When does that start, I wonder? Probably
October.
beginning of October. Is that what it is?
Weekends in October.
That's out in Max Creek-ish or Roach?
Yeah, Roach area just west of Camdenton.
If you haven't been to that, it's super family friendly. There's a huge slide, tons of what do you want to call it? Like Ultimate Warrior type stuff, but with hay bales and stuff. You got to climb through things, and
we trade in the sandy beaches for the corn pits, and you get the corn kernels all over in your car on the way home.
Yep. But that is cool. That is cool. And if you're not familiar with that, Mecca Farms, you're right. I'm glad you brought that up. That's coming up.
Yeah, and you get to do stuff like this when the weather breaks. Come out and do some sport play shooting.
All right. So now, I think as a non-real estate person that I am, my first inclination would be to think, okay, everybody got through summer. Anybody on the fence about selling? Now they're selling.
Yep, we'll see another push for inventory. Although August had some great inventory for Lakefront homes, but I still have buyers out there. We've been looking. There's different markets, segments of the market where we just can't find the right piece of property. So I've got buyers lined up. They're ready for this fall inventory push.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
we'll get a good bump through here, September, October, and then things will start to wind down after October until beginning of next year. And then this winter will be the best time for buyers to be able to negotiate. Although people have been doing some negotiations this year. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Well, give it to us. Give us that market update.
What do you think the market's been? I should ask you, since I know we go over this once a month.
In what regard?
But I know that you probably hear some other chatter there. So I'm interested in what is the public perception of the market?
That it is...
The sky's falling?
Softening? No, but I would say softening. I think properties are sitting longer. That's the chatter I hear. And that prices are stabilizing and maybe even coming down a bit. Sellers are having to adjust in order to get activity.
Okay. It's pretty close. Now, of course, we have two different markets that we focus on here: Lakefront homes, Lakefront condos. Condos have had a tough year, but for average sale price for a Lakefront home is up over 13.5% this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So does that sound like softening?
No, not at all.
Even in bad times, Lakefront homes are very resilient because they're a very desirable piece of property. And that's kind of what I stress upon people. It's not being worried about timing the market. Markets are going to go up and go down. Lakefront homes are going to be more resilient than anything else that we got in. So yeah, with that, let's dive into some of the August numbers. As always, we start out with Lakefront homes. August saw 118 new Lakefront home listings compared to 125 last year. so we're a little light on new listings. Year to date, we're up 12% on new listings. Currently, there are 410 lakefront homes on the market, 69 more than this time last year. Yeah, so that's definitely helping out that market, giving buyers more options. August median lakefront sale price, $562,000. So that was a bit of a tick down. That was an 11.5% decrease from August 2024 of $635,000.
Well, see, softening.
So the interesting part is, I mean, even in lakefront homes at Lake of the Ozarks, you got a few different dynamics, and we go through this all the time. How many homes are available between that 1 and 2 million mark? The 2 to 5, I mean. So our luxury market really brings up that average sale price, but the median sale price has been coming down. And I've been noticing a lot of smaller lake homes come to market, which then that pulls down that median price.
Which, by the way, because everybody thinks you have to have $1 million or more to buy a lakefront home, and that's not true.
You do not have to have $1 million or more. Would it be nice? Absolutely.
Of course.
But we'll get there. It's a work in progress. It's a journey. You can still make memories along the way. Our year-to-date median sale price virtually flat from last year. $627,000 is our year-to-date on that. So we had a little bit of a bump down for August. Like I said, the average sale price up 13.5% year-to-date to $843,531. Just showing how much luxury that we do have here. Lakefront home sales had 80 sales in August versus last August at 67. 19% increase in August lakefront home sales. Year-to-date, we matched the mark. 420 lakefront home sales this year and this time last year.
Maybe it's the same ones, exactly.
The same ones. August homes averaged 60 days on market compared to 48 days last year. So that speaks a little bit to what your perception is. Year to date, we're seeing 47 days versus 41 days, 15% increase. List to sale price ratio dropped to 94.61% in August, down from July's 96.09% and August 2024, 96.17. That's a drop down, and that's wintertime negotiation list to sale price ratios that are happening right now. Year to date, we're at 95.88% compared to 97.34% last year. Months of supply decreased to 7.7 months from July, 8 months. Though still considered a buyer's market, I will say that properly priced houses that are ready to go to market, they still move fast. Even this past weekend, we had homes that hit the market. That day we had a contract on them because things were set up properly in the pre-listing period, which we really pride ourselves on, that allow those houses to pop off really quick. Lakefront home volume had a massive jump in August compared to last August. The lakefront home market, in terms of dollars traded, jumped 27.5% compared to last August. Year to date, lakefront home volume is up 13.5%. Lakefront homes for sale by price bracket, 300 to 594 homes, up significantly from July 68.
Now, can I ask you a quick question? My immediate guess would be that the vast majority, 94 homes under 500K on the lake, I would think means 40-mile marker.
Yeah, you're gonna have some of that up on the grabboy arm.
Okay, which is not 40-mile marker. I mean, that's...
No, you have some in the glaze arm. Not very many, but you do have some in the glaze arm. And then yes, when you get to those higher mile marker areas
too.
And those higher mile marker areas are great for people coming in from Kansas City. Short trip in, 500 to 750,000, 70 homes unchanged from July, 750 to 1 million, 61 homes, just down 3 from last month. 2 million to 5 million, still mind-boggling. 42 homes, down from July's 45. And over 5 million, 7 homes, unchanged. 322 currently available lakefront homes, with 163 listings having to reduce their price. That's 50.9% of the active listings have reduced their price. And that's up 0.6% from last month.
Only 50, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
That's a different number from a few years ago.
What was it a few years ago?
0.
Yeah. I mean, so basically it's like the people that seriously need to sell are adjusting. The people that are just, we'll sell if the price is right, are holding.
Yeah, and then you get some days on market and they go, oh, really, we are gonna have to reduce the price if we do want to sell.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes in. That's where that negotiation number comes in. So August showed encouraging sales activity with 19% more transactions than last year, though it took longer to achieve that. Increased negotiations reflect the current environment. The luxury market continues to driving overall performance while entry-level inventory has expanded significantly. Sellers must price competitively from day one if you want to see success, while buyers should recognize that well-priced properties are still moving, and you got to know your market when you're jumping into it. So when you see a good deal, you're ready to bust the move. Shifting over to Lakefront condos, a little bit different story, as it has been almost all year long. New condo listings in August increased to 113 new listings compared to 110 last August, with 489 condos currently on the market versus 361 last August. So 489 compared to 361. Now these numbers are a little bit different where I jump down into the price brackets, and the condos I'll do the how many are on per bedroom. 489, that incorporates the pending and the contingent. We still count those as on the market because they ain't closed yet. And the deal's not done because the deal's done. So that's where some of these numbers are a little different too. Inventory has expanded by 35%, creating a substantial buyer's market. August median condo sale price of $320,000 declined from $339,900 in August of 2024. 5.9% decrease this August. This just really reflects how much inventory is out there and having to be competitive with it. Condo sales remain steady at 55 condos that match last year. However, year to date, sales have declined to 334 condos versus 381 condos last year, 12% decrease. Average days on market nearly doubled to 88 days from last August, 49 days. Yeah, clearly indicating the shift to a buyer's market. List to sale price ratio decreased to 96.12 from last August at 97.69%. Year to date, we're at 96.6% compared to 97.86% last year, just showing more aggressive negotiations. Now, Jeff, a question that I can't believe that you haven't asked yet is why do condos have a higher list to sale price ratio than lakefront homes? We have so much more inventory on condos, you would think that you would have to negotiate that a lot more, wouldn't you?
I was just thinking about that.
I thought you were going to ask me that. Condo, you have a garage, you've got a couple of boat slips. How are we going to list them? Available for additional dollars. If you've got a couple of boat slips and a garage that goes along with your condo, you lump all that into one price and you kind of price yourself apart from the competition. And you're relying on those people to look at price brackets above where they're at to find the condo that you want. So what do? We list it without the additional slip, without the additional garage, and say they're available for additional money. That's why that number's higher. So that's just a listing technique. We want to get as many buyers to get eyes on our property as possible. Not everybody needs 2 boat slips. Not everybody needs to have a garage. And those garages and additional boat slips, they can sell like hotcakes inside of the HOA. You're familiar with that.
Every condo complex, they're gold.
Yep.
And the garage, both.
Yes. Months of supply increased to 12.1 months, up from last month at 12 months. Last August, we were at 8.1 months. 6 months is a neutral market. Anything over 6 months is buyer's market. And we are clearly in a buyer's market on condos. Year to date, condo volume has contracted by 14%, which is a staggering number, reflecting both lower sales numbers and price pressures. Good catch. Mr. Miyagi.
Got it.
Condos available by bedroom. 2 bedrooms available, 130, down just 1 from last month. 3 bedrooms available, 237 3-bedroom condos are available. That's a big number. Down 14 condos from last month. 4 bedrooms available, 29, up 5 from last month. 425 active listings total, with 194 having had price reductions. And that's only 45.5%. It was down from 49% last month.
Still kind of in line. I mean, they're both around 50%.
Yeah, but we're seeing that drop in that median sale price on the condos. So I think sellers are starting to take the medicine and listening to listing agents and saying, okay, wait a minute, maybe we got to be a little bit more reasonable. Tell me about this market. What does it mean to me? And that's where it's important to have a local realtor to help walk you through that so you can price your condo right. Key takeaways for buyers. For a lakefront home, increased sales activity shows the market is still functioning, but with 7.7 months of supply in active negotiations, you have more leverage than in recent years. Quality properties at competitive prices are still moving, and they can move fast. Condo buyers, outstanding buyer's market with extensive inventory, extended market times, and significant pricing flexibility, just giving you more time to weigh your options and craft that offer. For sellers, lakefront homes with over half the listing having price reductions, competitive pricing from day one is very critical. The luxury market remains strong while entry-level inventory has expanded significantly. Condo sellers, realistic pricing is very critical. When you have over 12 months of supply, you've got to be on the number and motivated to sell your condo. Overpriced properties will languish while competitively priced units can still achieve sales. Bottom line, August revealed a market in transition, especially between the 2 different markets between lakefront homes and condos. increased sales activity in homes, but continued pressure on condo segment. Key to success, understanding current market dynamics, pricing. When you take your property to market, you need to have all your T's crossed and I's dotted. And I've gone through this in my social media videos with Curious George inspections. Pre-listing makes the process so much easier and so stress-free for a seller and a buyer alone. Big time. If you have questions on that, contact me on it. I pay for those for our listings. Our company pays for all of our sellers to have their house pre-listed, and it makes the process so much smoother. Reach out to me if you have questions on why we do that. Despite the shifts, our Lakefront market fundamentals remain sound with continued transaction activity and strong luxury performance. At Lake Expo Real Estate, your listing gets the power of media exposure, not just getting posted on the MLS and hoping somebody comes along with a buyer and buys it. Last month, we had over 3 million property impressions between lakeexpo.com and lakeexporealestate.com. We put your property where the buyers are already. Maybe somebody's not ready to start looking at a property. They go over to lakeexpo.com, start reading some news, and our banner ads has your home up there. If you want to get the most exposure for your property, we need to talk. If you're looking for strategies to buy your dream place at the lake, this is where I go into deep dive with my buyers. I do it with my sellers. My active buyers under contract with an agency agreement that says, hey, we're actively looking. I'm sending you properties weekly and reaching out to you. Did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see what that one sold for? Let's keep this in mind for when we do craft our offer. So for both buyers and sellers, I do weekly touches for them. If you're ready to talk about selling, if you're ready to talk about buying, give me a shout. Jesse with lakeexporealestate.com, 573-260-0868, or email me, Jesse at lakeexporealestate.com. That's our month in a wrap.
We're heading into the fall, man. It's early September. There's still plenty of boating, but next month we're gonna probably be in a pumpkin patch.
Yeah, pumpkin patch sounds good. I see a little bit more golf in the future.
Amen to that.
Some good boat days. You can go out on the weekends and have a great time. We're not putting away the tube yet.
Nope, leaves are going to be changing. We'll talk about that next month and all the opportunities that exist there and where to go do it and all the things for October. Thanks, man. This has been good, and I'm ready for fall.
Heck yeah. It's always good to have summer here. That's a beautiful part about Central Missouri. You get all 4 seasons. Yep. I know people that live down in Florida, California, you don't get to experience that. It's just what makes our area beautiful.
Amen. See you next month.
Awesome. See you next month.